Hi, welcome to our first trigonometry video. In this video, we're going to look at a rule based on Pythagoras, and we're going to learn how to find the length of the hypotenuse. The word trigonometry is used to describe a part of mathematics that explore the length of sides and the size of angles that are inside triangles. The word tri means three, gon means sides, and the word metry is a word that means metric or to measure. So we're measuring three-sided shapes, which are triangles. Triangles are used in many applications in today's world, from science and geometry through to art, from the construction of ancient and modern buildings to navigation and bearings. They play a very important part in our everyday life. All right, well, let's talk about a right-angled triangle is what we're going to use in these videos for level 1 trigonometry. A right-angled triangle is a triangle that has a right angle, which is exactly 90 degrees. We use a little square in the corner to show that it's a right angle. Pythagoras was a man who was born on the Greek island of Samos in around the year 570 BC, before Christ was born. He died in around 495 BC, which makes him about 75 years old, which was pretty old for those days. He's the man who proved the rule that we're going to use today always works for every right-angled triangle. Right, well, let's take a right-angled triangle, and the diagonal side is called the hypotenuse. We're just going to leave that aside for now and come back to that name in another video. We're just going to call it C. Now, C is always opposite the right angle. Now, the other two sides are A and B. Now, it doesn't actually really matter which way round A and B go. You can get those two round the wrong way, so long as you know the long diagonal side of a right-angled triangle is C. Here's the rule, the Pythagoras theorem. A squared plus B squared equals C squared. And we're going to write it in a different way to make it a bit easier to use. C squared is equal to A squared plus B squared. Right, let's get into example 1. Here we go. Here's a right-angled triangle, and we know the lengths are 6 meters and 8 meters. We're going to call this diagonal side C, and we're going to work out how long the length C is. The other two sides are A and B. Doesn't matter which way round, you write A or B. Right, here's the rule. A squared plus B squared equals C squared. And we're going to write it as C squared equal to A squared plus B squared. Right, so C squared is equal to 6 squared, because A is 6, plus 8 squared, because B is 8. Now, 6 squared means 6 times 6, and 8 squared means 8 times 8. Now, 6 times 6 is 36, and 8 times 8 is 64. And when we add 36 plus 64, we get 100. So C squared is equal to 100. Now we've got to get rid of the C squared, and to do that, the opposite of squaring is the square root function. So what we're going to do is take the square root of 100 to get C. Now the square root means something times itself is 100. So something times something is 100. Well, that's 10. 10 times 10 is 100, so C is equal to 10. And we've worked out that the length of diagonal in this triangle is 10 meters long. Right, second example. We know a right-angled triangle has two lengths 5 centimeters and 6 centimeters. The long side C is what we're going to find out, the hypotenuse. Right, the other two sides are A and B. Doesn't matter which is which, remember? Right, here's our rule. A squared plus B squared equal to C squared. But we're going to write it as C squared is equal to A squared plus B squared. So C squared is equal to 5 squared, because A is 5, plus 6 squared, because B is 6. 5 squared means 5 times 5. 6 squared means 6 times 6. 5 times 5 is 25. 6 times 6 is 36. 25 plus 36 is 61. So C squared is equal to 61. Now remember, we're going to undo that by taking the square root to get rid of the square. And we're going to square root 61. Well, this is not a nice easy number, so I'm going to use my calculator and go to the square root of 61, which is a yucky decimal. And we're going to round it to 2 decimal places to 7.81 centimeters. Great, thanks for watching.